Yo, what's going on, man? It's Jason Capital here. I'm on my way to the HQ right now. I usually record these for you when I'm coming back from the gym, but I came back from the gym and I forgot to record, so get mad about it or just, ride with me here for a second as I drop some value in that beautiful brain that you got right there. So here's what I want to talk about. A couple years ago, I had this buddy who he really confused the idea of need versus want, and it was fucking up his life. Now, I want you to just, as I tell the story, I want you to just kind of go in yourself and see if you can relate, or if you happen to just know someone who might be doing something like this and it might be holding them back from what they want in life as well. So what he said, and I'm just going to start with a quote of what he said. He goes, he'd been working hard. He's trying to grow his business. He's trying to get that life that he wants. And he goes, I'm like, what do you do during the day? Because clearly something's not matching up here. You're not getting the results that you should be getting by now. And he goes, well, I do this, and then every night I go to this bar with some of the buddies, and I just have a couple drinks, maybe 3, 4, 5 drinks sometimes. And he goes, it's just my way to, it's like, he goes, that's how I like relax. It's how I get my release. It's how he goes, I need that release. I need that. Okay, he goes, I need that. So I look at it, I go, okay, so you want to be a millionaire? He goes, yes. And you want to do it in these different ways with these different ventures? He says, yes. And I said, yet your actions are incongruent with the outcomes with which you verbally just confirmed to me that you want. Because if you really wanted those things and you wanted them, sooner instead of like when you're in a fucking wheelchair, then you wouldn't be going to the bar 5 nights a week and having 4 drinks every time, because you need that release, right? That's incongruent. Your actions are incongruent with the results that you say you want. Truth is, you don't really want those things. Otherwise, you wouldn't be going to the bar for that release. And here's where he was coding things wrong, right? This is you having to look at your assumptions and challenge them. I'm constantly doing this to my assumptions, and every time it's like a weed. It's like I pull out that weed from the garden, that bad, faulty assumption, and I'm able to plant a new tree, right? A money tree, or a happiness tree, or a joyful tree, or a badass tree, or I don't know, any fucking tree, right? Anything you want, just say that and put tree after. Now we got a cool little catchphrase. All right, here's the point. He didn't need that release of going to the bar and having those drinks. What he needed, you got to go deeper. It's like, why do those things fulfill you? What specifically about going to the bar gives you that release that you need? And he's like, well, it's hanging out with friends. It's just relaxing, not thinking about work, right, when I get those drinks. Okay, so you want to be social occasionally, and you want to have times where you're not thinking about work and you're relaxed. Well, aren't there maybe healthier, more congruent ways of meeting those needs, so you're not waking up hungover, killing brain cells, not being focused? And we thought about it, and I said, what if you just 3 nights a week, you had dinners where you invited certain people to them, so you got your social time in, and then for that release, that relaxation, you just got massages a couple times a week instead, right? You can get fucking massages for like $25, right? You go to that shady Thai spa on the corner, right? And then you can get your massage there. And he did, and then he changed, and then things changed, and then today he has the life that he wants. And it's so simple. He would have never thought of it if someone hadn't been there to challenge these assumptions that had been holding him back. All right, for a long time there, actually a couple years ago, after, I go from 0 to millionaire in 9 months, and I think I'm the shit, and I'm partying all the time, I'm doing all kinds of shit. I had come to this faulty assumption that I didn't need coaching anymore. I made it. I'm Jason Capital, right? I said I'd have a Porsche at 24. I got a Porsche at 24. I said I'd have a mansion in the hills at 24. I got my mansion in the hills. I'm a millionaire. I made it, right? I don't need coaching. There's nothing you could teach me. That was my attitude for a minute, not for too long. And then, it dawned on me, wait, I do need coaching for this reason and that. Coaching is the most important thing you need. It is the only way you keep going up in life, and you keep getting to where you want to go, and you keep compressing, you keep time collapsing the amount of time that it takes for you to get there. In fact, there's a story I tell in a lot of my programs, a lot of my events, that is honestly one of the most enlightening experiences I've ever had. We don't have time for it in this YouTube video, unfortunately, but the theme of the story is that honestly, coaching is the most important thing in the world. That's neither here nor there. All right. What I just want to give with you before I get out of here is this idea of what assumptions do you have in your life that are holding you back? Things that you say you need, but you don't really need them. You just want them. And there might be better ways of going about doing those things to fulfill those needs that you have in ways that are more congruent with the life that you want. Otherwise, if you don't challenge this shit, you become like a fixed robot going through the same mediocre patterns. You go through mediocre patterns. That's how you get a mediocre life. And I know you wouldn't be here if you didn't want that. Yesterday I had a kid stalk me out of HQ. I'm coming to my car and he runs out after me, and he was chill enough so it didn't seem stalkerish. Okay, not the first time I've ever been stalked. I've certainly had girls stalk me and other stuff. But one thing he said is that first thing he goes, Jason, he goes, I just don't want an average life. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll take your trash out, whatever it takes. Okay. And that's why you're here. That's why I'm here. I want to be, that is like I don't want anything fucking average in my life. I don't want an average life. I don't want average relationships. I don't want average money. I don't want average friendships. I don't want average conversations. I don't want average anything of the important stuff in my life. And you don't either. So I don't know where you are. I don't know who you're hanging out with or who's putting shit in your ear. But I assure you, if in your heart and in your soul and in your balls, you want more, you refuse to settle for average, then keep taking action and keep watching. And we're going to get you there. And on that note, I'll see you later.